G'day, couch critics.
Yes, that's
In the
actually
flesh.
us in the flesh, on the couch.
We are.
It's been some time. I think it's probably been the first time since about January.
Been a couple of months, but hey, it's good to be back. It's been a couple of weeks
Yeah.
since the video after
You're
our...
moving back to Bathurst, I heard.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, just for a visit. But that's
It's
all right.
so cold.
These soft city people. Anyway, yeah, we're back on the couch. It's been a while. We're going to be talking about the not the W League, sorry, the A League Women's, or just the dub. Just the dub. The other day, we had the calendar release, or kind of the main few outlines of the calendar for the upcoming football season. And we learnt a little bit about the A-League women's season. We're going to have Western United. I think that was already confirmed, but it was definitely confirmed. They're going to be joining the comp next season, which is a good little thing for Western United, winning the title in the men's. Now they're going to have a women's team. Yep. I reckon they're going to be pretty strong. And then the Central Coast Mariners, a provisional license for 23-24. So looking at a pretty big competition in the coming years, but it's also 4 extra games. It's still not a full regular season, but it's 4 extra games, which is really exciting. They get the ladies get to play 4 extra games, so 20 weeks, 2 buys each, or 2 weeks off because there's an odd amount of teams. But how exciting, Samuel?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think this has been something that fans have been calling for a long time, seeing that dub season extended. You've seen the signs all over the place, extend the dub. So it's really good, and the promise of Central Coast Mariners coming in and taking it up to a 12-team competition off the back of the Women's World Cup could really help. I think the World Cup is going to be huge for Australian football, but also for the women's game. And to see the Mariners come in, it's great. It's great to have Western join the competition for next season as well. They've made some movements on their training ground. It's looking like from next season, it's...
You mean 23-24?
I think from the wording kind of seemed like it was going to be next season that it would be ready to go as the home base. So that's really exciting. Yeah. Lots of good things. I would have liked to see the Mariners maybe come in for next season as well. Just push them through, get minutes in lots of players because we do have that Women's World Cup. And after the performance against Spain, we need minutes in those girls' legs. We need them playing competitive football. We need them, just growing for that World Cup because we want to make a good show of the World Cup. We want to get out of our group stage. We want to, really show that we've got the skill. So I think these moves for the A-League Women's is fantastic. Yeah, really good.
There's just one club that'll be missing out come the 23-24 season. It'll be Macarthur FC. We haven't really heard much word from them about what's going with their women's team. But maybe it'll give a bit of hope for the men's side to actually get a Canberra team. But let's stay focused on the women's. It's pretty big with that World Cup coming up. And if you watched that Spain game the other day, let us know what you thought about it because, to be honest, I didn't actually watch all of it. It wasn't very good, and I don't think the comments from Gustafsson were much better, kind of hinting that he wasn't expecting a win, which I don't care what you think behind closed doors, but don't come out and say I wasn't expecting to win because, for all of Graham Arnold's flaws, he's super positive every game. He's expecting wins, and that's what we want from our coach of the national team. We want them to back the girls, and I think this experiment with Gustafsson isn't good. It hasn't gone well. I think we should have won the Asian Cup. We should have walked it with the players we have, where they're playing at, some of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah, it's just interesting, some decisions against New Zealand a couple of months ago. It was a full-fledged Matildas side, and interesting to choose the Spain game. A great opportunity for some of these W League, A-League women's players to get their chance on the international stage, but to play them against a fairly good European side, I guess it shows the level. Maybe it's being used by Gustafsson as a kick up the butt to say, if you want to break into this Matildas side, this is the level you've got to be at. But I hope it hasn't kind of squashed any of their dreams. Been a bit too harsh. But I think that keeps coming back to, we need to get our women's league playing more. It needs to be a fuller competition. And so by the time Mariners come in, when we've got 12 teams, that gives opportunity for them to. They should be doing what the A-League was doing around that time and getting to 26 rounds and having a full competition. Because we know there's talent in Australian women's football. We've seen so many of it. Mary Fowler's just signed for Man City.
Really exciting.
There's great things happening, and the more we build up our competition to actually, provide a solid base to actually give homegrown players the opportunity. It's what we've been calling out for the A-League for so long, and it's been developing so that the Socceroos are now mostly, the big chunk from A-League clubs, and we'd love to see that happen for the W as well.
And I think it's really exciting too that we actually probably hopefully get to see Wellington play in New Zealand, because obviously they gave up a lot to play over in Australia last year during the middle of the pandemic, where they weren't able to go back and forth between the two countries. But I think it's going to be, we probably say, I don't know if we say it every year, but I think this upcoming W-League season, A-League women's season, is going to probably be the best one yet.
Yeah.
Just with the more games, more teams, and more talent emerging, because I think all our great players have left the league, which opens up our eyes to so much more talent, and that's really exciting.
Yeah. So bring on the A-League women's season and bring on some World Cup bolters before the Women's World Cup comes to Australia. Let us know who you're backing in the next W-League season, A-League Women's, whatever you want to call it, the dub. Let's see who you think is going to take that out. Do you think Western are going to storm it in their first season? And how
Melbourne City's done it before.
Could be good. Let us know down in the comments. Let us know how good it is to see us back on the couch again. We'll catch you around.
Says.